What is going on, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We already had a long day of adventuring, so it is definitely time to end the day. Get some well-needed rest for our companions here before we head on through our adventure. You see, already we have some conversations to have with Lae'zel, so we will go ahead and make the rounds and meet our companions, see what they're up to, I suppose. They might be a little banged up from the day's events.
You strike me as the reliable sort. But are you sure this is a good idea?
So what is a good idea?
There are lit fuses in our heads. Sooner or later, they're going to blow. Each hour that passes, the thing inside us grows. We need to find a healer. Let's wake up at first light.
Agreed. Our top priority as far as I'm concerned.
Maybe we'll get lucky. We're overdue some good fortune. Rest well. We'll need our strength.
I think I had a spot of good fortune when I got saved from falling to my death, but point taken.
Lae'zel has a dangerous look in her eyes. Let's just hope she reserves those impulses for any common foes.
She really isn't a fan of Lae'zel, is she? What's the story with that odd little artifact you have?
There's no story. None that you're entitled to hear, anyway. Just forget you ever saw it.
I can respect that. We haven't known each other very long. What do you think of all that's happened to us so far?
We haven't gone all that far yet. What are you referring to exactly?
You must have thoughts about our little stowaways.
Must I? Thinking about it won't help. We know what to do, so let's do it. Find a way to rid ourselves of these things. I'm not too hopeful that a Gith crash will actually prove our salvation, but worth keeping in mind.
What will you do if we actually manage to remove the tadpoles?
I suppose we'd go our separate ways. Not a slight on your company, of course.
Where would you go?
Home. Baldur's Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible.
Family? A friend? A lover?
Let's just say it's a very personal, very private acquaintance.
Point taken on that. Let's tend to other matters. I think we're good on Shadowheart for now. We won't pry too much. We just met these people, right? They don't really owe us anything.
Shadowheart seems jumpy. Must not relish the thought of sprouting tentacles. Understandable. Can't say I'm a fan either. It's just hard to join in when all of this feels so new. The night normally means bustling streets, bursting taverns. Curling up in the dirt and resting is, a little novel.
You seem like the kind of person who's used to the finer things. The right herbs can make a soothing tea if you can't settle in.
No. Tea isn't really my drink. I'll be awake a while anyway. I need some time to think things through, to process this. You sleep. I'll keep watch.
I do agree with him on the tea statement. Always was more of a coffee person. Thank you. I'll sleep better for that.
The pleasure is all mine. Sweet dreams.
A little shady, isn't he, our roguelike friend? With Lae'zel here sharpening the burning flames with bare hands.
A monster forms inside us, yet you waste time with idle chatter.
A little prickly, isn't she?
Chatter already? Tusky.
You look so unusual. Githyanki are rare in these parts.
I expect I am your first.
I know of Githyanki, but I've never met one.
Of course you haven't. They would have cut you from navel to neck. You are no less alien to me than I am to you. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them. That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake.
She throws some jabs. As if your upturned bat snout is any better.
Better is an opinion, but mine is certainly more economical, disciplined, dignified.
Do you know much about Mind Flayers?
I understand much beyond your comprehension. More to the point, I know the cure for our condition. It is imperative we locate a creche. You do well to observe more and question less.
Observe maybe, but less questions is not really something that has ever been on my to-do list. Do you know what happens if we don't find a cure?
Yes, in great detail. It starts with a fever and memory loss. Then you start to hallucinate. Your hair falls out, and you bleed from every orifice. Your bones will change form. Your jaw will split to allow room for 4 great tentacles. All skin will turn to gore and be shed to reveal new flesh underneath. Then you have ceased to exist, and a Mind Flayer is born.
That's not going to happen. We'll find a cure.
Words forged in steel. May your actions express the same metal. We must find my kind and be rid of the parasite. It's as simple as that. The first symptoms should have long since started, though. That is what puzzles me.
You're worried we haven't changed. This is good news.
Yes, if you give it no further thought. But anomalies lead to surprises. Bad surprises. Besides, what hasn't happened may yet come to pass.
Let's take her with us for the next part.
You'll need to make room.
Gale can dip out.
Ready for battle.
Up to you. We will take care of her level up. We should probably talk to Gale first, though.
Go to hell.
And good evening to you, too.
Ha! You're a good sport. Go to hell. An everyday expression. So trivial it's almost meaningless. But we've seen hell. It's real. And it isn't trivial.
Took a brief stint through Avernus. What's on your mind, Gale?
Devils, dragons, mind flayers. They used to be abstracts. Pictures on a piece of paper. What a difference a day makes. Now we have tadpoles slithering through our heads like carnivorous feti. That's not abstract.
I'm not too worried. We'll find someone who can help us.
That's the spirit. Let's be up with the lark. Find a healer before the wee one gets hungry.
I mean, considering it would be snacking on our brains if it did, I'm inclined to agree with him there. All in all, for everything we know so far, going to the Githyanki Creche seems like the best bet we've come across. I mean, if anybody knows anything about the Mind Flayers and how to cure it, if possible, it would be the Mind Flayer hunters, right? Jumping through the astral plane on dragons, hunting them down. It seems like if anybody knows something about that, it would be the Githyanki, for lack of a better option. All the way over here, we do have the Scribe of the Dead with us. He did say we'd meet him again. Here he is.
We meet again, as predicted. I shall be here in thy camp, for whenever thou hast need of my services.
Not to be rude, but what are you?
There are many answers to that question. None are important.
Less important and more important to others, considering you're in the camp where I'm asleep. Skeletons aren't supposed to be able to talk.
Correct.
It's an interesting observation. Are you going to explain further?
No.
Naturally. What kind of services can a skeleton offer?
A mending of the threads between life and death. Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave soul to body once more.
That's incredibly powerful magic. Why is it so easy for you?
Because it is my calling. There is little else to explain.
You mentioned a cost. What is it?
A matter of coin.
200 coin isn't so bad. That's outrageous.
Such is life. outrage leading to a singular end.
Of course, he's not wrong about that. What if I don't have that kind of gold right now?
Then I shall wait here patiently until it is acquired.
And so basically get used to it and save up. You see here, you can completely respec with him for only 100 gold apiece. So, at some point, we are going to be respecing our party. Not right now, though. You, of course, have one level up for Basil. He came to us as a fighter, which is actually pretty apt. I'm okay with that. So, of course, we're going to go with Alert, the same as we did the other times, too. So she can't get surprised. Not much else to do with her. And now I think it's time for us to get a good night's sleep. Long day ahead of us. Especially Shadowheart, she got banged up pretty bad. She definitely needed her beauty sleep after yesterday's events. Oh, we're ready to rock.
Something the matter?
She's certainly spruced up a little. If you couldn't tell, I did go ahead and dye some of our armor. One of the mods I have is a dye pack, so I made everybody jet black. Haven't done that to Lae'zel yet, just because I didn't think her gear would necessarily look good all black, but Shadowheart and Asterion and ourselves are all pure black now. Let's head back on into the world. Now, where we left off, we were exploring the roadside cliffs. So let's take the path that we didn't take last time. We did come here and look at the dead goblins, but we never took this little road up here, so take a gander. Lae'zel's handiwork up here, I think. And before we run into anything, we do need to get our temporary HP up. We'll go ahead and cast Animal Friend, talk to animals actually, since that's our ritual spell. They'll stay with us until long rest, so we won't have to mess with that too much.
I hear shouting up ahead.
We should check it out, but be careful.
I would agree. I think we've certainly run into enough surprises for one night. I always have a slight addiction in clearing the fog of war on maps like this. It feels weird to not have them all swing on down this right side. When we take a look at whatever's going on ahead, we'll take this high ground to look down on it. Better to start the encounter from an advantageous position, right? Get on the fast travel here. Yoink. Alright, let's go see what this shouting's about. Humans up ahead.
Open the bloody gate!
Nobody gets in! Zevlor's orders!
That pack of goblins will be on us any second!
What's going on?
Goblins are on our tail! Open the gate, Zevlor, now! You let goblins here? Where is the druid? Please! There's no time!
By the nine hells! Open the gate!
It looks like they could already roll through that door. They waited too long. Probably should have had someone else on the wheel helping them too.
Form a line!
For as much of a line as you can form.
Damnable roach! Provoke the blade! And suffer its sting.
Quite the superhero entrance. Okay, now one of these people needs to be our priority. We have here the Bugbear's 35, the Goblin Brawler, the Goblin Boss. The Bugbear is the chunky boy out of all this. we hit him with a stealth? We cannot. So we'll just hit him with some bolts. We need to try and take care of him. He's gonna be the problem here. Be a decent chunk.
Can't even catch my breath.
Try and get this tracker dead and gone. Beautiful. Hit with a flourish. He didn't get knocked off balance, but he's down to 2 HP, so that'll be a nice and easy cleanup later. Lae'zel, if you'd be so kind. Beautiful. She's not gonna be able to engage yet. We could use action surge, but that won't do as much good from the position she's at.
Got to press on.
Shadowheart, we do have a high ground advantage, 70% chance to hit. Beautiful. And he has Radiating Orb thanks to our gauntlets that we got. That is from a mod, so his accuracy is going to be the shit now.
Raiders! Charge the bastards! For the absolute!
Huge rally coming in from Zeblo. He just greased my entire party because they were way too gathered up. Let's see what Aradin has for us. Bust on his feet. And Ramirez taking some hits.
By sickle and sword!
Right, let's see. A disadvantage here. Try and get out of the disadvantage territory. And then we'll hit him from up here. Outside normal range, but he doesn't have much health, so he's dead nonetheless. Alright, Astarion. Let's see if we can get you down without you falling over. You have a pretty decent dexterity score, so you should be okay through the grease.
Sit on my feet.
Let's try and get us out of here without hitting the deck. Don't have the range for that. You have the range for this though. Bone chill him. That's gonna have to be it for our turn. Right. She can't do any of that because she's in the movement disadvantage zone, I think. Dash her up out of the way of all that. We'll jump her into an engage range after. Hit the bugbear. Beautiful. That's their main source of damage gone. Not gonna waste a spell slot healing the non-party members. Gonna have to hope they can survive. Zevlor has a perfect angle up there to shoot down with his crossbow. This place is a very defendable position. The barrel stuffed him with the arrow shot. Bath is not holding up good. Bath has 1 health. It's a little worse for wear. We have advantage.
Be quick. Another fight. Let's go.
Ordinarily, I wouldn't care so much about these random bandits here, but they seem to be on same team, so I'll do what I can for them. Beautiful level up.
Victory awaits.
Alright, Lae'zel. How good can you yeet here? Gonna give us prone condition. Anywhere I can jump to that won't prone us. There is not. Alright, here's what you're gonna do then. You're gonna attack with range. 8 health. We should be good on that. Shadow Heart. You have 2 spell slots left. Let's save that. We'll just risk it. 50% chance to hit. And Bath is down. Arden and the Archer are holding up though. That's quite the ability.
That was the last of them. Inside! All of you! More may follow! Open the gate!
You know, Wyll is a warlock, which is a pretty cool class.
But what were the growing little beasts after? This place doesn't look like much.
Yeah, Astarion is definitely used to the finer things in life. He's very unimpressed by all this.
Never wanted the easy part.
Loot the bodies. Gold is gold, right? Almost accidentally looted friend Bath over here. I think they would have been a little upset with that. That would be considered theft because he's a friendly. I don't want to piss these people off right as I meet them, so we'll be careful about looting him. Gloves of Power. Absolute's Bane. On hit with a weapon attack, possibility to inflict a 1d4 penalty to the target's attack rolls and saving throws. That seems like it'll be good for Lae'zel. Spike Shield, Shadowheart might like that. Again, I don't have too many armor mods. At least not for everybody, so...
Let's have a look.
I'm still going to have to get a lot of equipment for a lot of my characters. The better starting gear is not going to last forever, so I still need full sets for pretty much everybody, apart from Astarion. But even Astarion, I'm sure will be switching some of his stuff out. It surely won't be globally good. Now, ironically, I wonder... We can actually speak to the dead with Bath, get his opinion on some stuff.
The corpse does not respond.
Nah, he's not interested. Yeah, let's head inside the grove. Shame, actually, that Bath ended up dying there. He does have a little cutscene inside here that we're gonna miss thanks to that, but what can you do? Druid level 3. Let's take a look. We get Fairy Fire for our race specific. And we got some cool new not quests, some cool new spells. We'll drop Entangle. What do we have? Dark Vision's not gonna help us too much. Flame Blade is interesting, but we already have a pretty good base. Spike of Growth is a really good spell for AoE area control, so I'll likely sink that in. I'll keep Moonbeam on too, just because it's strong. We might not use it very often, but it'll be nice to have it there if we do decide we need it. This is the one that you can see. We'll be good on that. And Shadowheart. Our companion levels aren't going to matter too much right now, because they're getting respect the next time we head back into camp. We just needed some gold first. But we'll give you Spirit Weapons for sure. Blesses Concentration. We should probably get rid of Bless for Hold Person. That could be interesting, dependent. And then besides that, Silence, Blindness. Blind a creature. Attack rolls against it have advantage and the foe attacks with disadvantage. Mess with Blindness. We have a couple encounters to get through before we respec her, so... Now, Astarion is an interesting one. I've been trying to think what I'm going to do with him this playthrough, and I haven't quite decided yet, but Thief gets very nice fast hands bonus actions really early on. An Assassin gets Ambush, which is any successful attack roll against a surprised creature is a critical hit, which is very interesting. Let's give you Assassin for now, while I try and think about what we're going to do with you. And Lae'zel has a lot of interesting things in here too. Eldritch Knight I've never messed with, but Champion is basically a critical hit build. And Battlemaster, you get things called maneuvers, which you cast superiority die for. And some of her maneuvers are things like disarm an attack, spend a superiority die to make an attack that deals an additional 1d8 damage, and possibly forces the target to drop the weapon, which definitely makes them way less able to do anything. We have maneuver an attack, spend a superiority die to make an attack that deals an additional 1d8 damage. On hit, select which friendly creature will gain half its movement speed. It will not provoke attacks of opportunity. Menacing attack is the same with a possibility of frightening the enemy. Push an attack is it has the possibility to push the target back. Riposte is always a good one because when a hostile creature misses us, you attack back without using any kind of bonus action, so we'll definitely take Riposte. Sweeping attack is multiples. I think Disarm and Strike would be a good one. And then perhaps go Menacing, just in case we can get that Frighten off. A lot of potential debuffs going to our enemies there, so.
There are children here, you fool!
We was running for our lives.
You led them straight to us, and you let them take the Druid too? Unbelievable!
Ah, backstabbing. This feels just like home.
Pull your claws in, Underelf.
Show some respect. This man saved your pathetic life.
Well, I didn't ask for any goddamn help.
Actually, you were begging at the door.
Begging me to open the gate.
Yeah.
Anything to save yourself, you coward!
You definitely were asking for help.
The human's eye twitches. He's about to blow.
There is certainly no need to do any of this. There's no need to start throwing hands inside the sanctuary, so... More violence won't bring back those you lost. Stop and think. There's a 15 roll. Not so easy. Ah, we nowhere near made that. Yeah, the 3 is not going to cut it from guidance. Okay, but we do have 4 inspiration, so let's roll this again, because I'd really rather try and keep the peace here. Damn, he really wants to swing on Zevlor. We'll re-roll one more time, and then if we still don't get it, we'll just accept the fate. There we go. Let's not turn this place into more of a shit show than it needs to be.
You're right. There's too much at stake.
Worried about your precious hides, the both of you.
Enough! Squabbling is pointless. The goblins have found us.
At least we agree on that.
There you go, a little bit of common ground. Undoubtedly they are.
Parasite and a few goblins. We need a healer.
Have a little chit chat with Zevlor.
Forgive that display. Aradin's a blowhard, but that's no cause for me to join him.
Easier said than done in the heat of an argument.
But I'm grateful all the same. I'm Zevlor.
I'm Apparition.
Well met. I should warn you, visitors are no longer welcome in this grove. Whatever your business, I'd see to it quickly. The Druids are forcing everyone out. This attack will only strengthen their resolve.
Outsiders, perhaps, but not me.
Lucky you. There have been several attacks by different monsters. The Druids blame us outsiders for drawing them here. Nobody's welcome anymore. They've started a ritual to cut the grove off from the world outside. We can't stay, but we'll be slaughtered if we leave. We're no fighters.
Sounds like something we should get to the bottom of. This ritual, is there no way to convince the Druids to stop?
I've tried. Korga, their new first Druid, won't even see me. You, though? I know it's not your business, but she owes you for saving this place. Perhaps you could persuade her. For more time to prepare, if nothing else.
I'll see what I can do.
Really? We're messengers now.
We'd owe you a great debt. If we're forced to leave now, we won't make it to the city. You'll find the Druids at the heart of the grove. Please, make them see sense. Oh, and if it's of any concern, you're brave to walk around without hiding your heritage. I'll make sure everyone knows that you helped us at the gate.
It's interesting because Drow are technically the evil race, right? You don't necessarily have to play that way. I think it's cool that you can kind of tread the line here, but it's still addressed in NPCs' dialogues. They're like, you really shouldn't probably be as nice as you are. It's gonna come as a shock to some people. Now we're gonna put our ability to talk to animals to some good use. I can click on him. There we go. What's going on, squirrel?
Get out! The squirrel lunges at your foot and bites it.
And calm down. I'm a friend.
You barged in without an invitation. I wouldn't call that friendly. See, you're in my territory, and I want you gone.
Very tough little squirrel. There's plenty of room for both of us. Need a 10 for this. There, we got a nat 20.
How about this? You can stay if you keep those ugly feet on the ground. I'll even sweeten the pot. Found some weird smelling stuff on the ground. You can keep it, but these trees are mine. Follow the rules and I won't have to intervene. Got it?
Seems fair. What do we get? We got a hyena here. Not sure if I even want to know how this evil little squirrel got the hyena here. Tougher than she looks, I think. I did just see a little red icon up this way. See what this is about. Starion, move on up a little for me. You have advantage now. That is a huge critical hit. 24 damage is crazy. And an 8 on top of that.
Can't give up.
Shadowheart, slide on up for me. Should be able to finish him with a fireball. 45 chance to hit, we'll roll it.
No choice but to keep going.
Alright. You, I think, should die to the Halo of Spores. Beautiful. Turned him to ash and dust. I'm glad we take your loot, too.
You have good timing. Never been much of a fighter, so wrestling a bugbear would have gone poorly.
You're hardly dressed for the occasion.
Here for heroics, are you? Avernus's stench is all over your skin. Let me guess. Your devil mistress sent you to get her soul coin back. Too bad. I earned it, fair and square.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, actually. That bugbear would have crushed your skull. This is the thanks I get.
Why, thank you, dread slayer of bugbears. You shall live forever in my memory. Now take my regards back to that pouting Irenes and leave me alone.
Not very friendly, is she? I promise I'm not working for the devil.
Then our interests barely intersect. I'm sure there are other bugbears to kill. Best of luck finding them.
Some gratitude, huh?
From Hellspawn to angry druids, I'm definitely buying my way to Baldur's Gate.
That's probably a wise decision. Now, of course, we could have blackmailed her for the coin that she's talking about, but I don't see why we shouldn't let her keep it. We didn't save her life for a price. We won't be using soul coins much anyway. They do have a use, but the party build we're looking at using won't really have a use for them, so there's no reason to hold her hostage for that. We'll take the buried treasure, though. There is some loot in here that we can find. I'll probably end up splitting the Druid Grove into 2 different episodes, because We're already at 35 minutes, so... If I did the whole Druids Grove in one, it'd likely be like a 2-hour episode.
How do you drow do that? Find pleasure in killing? I got a goblin myself yesterday. Shot her through the throat. Well, that should have killed her, but she kept gasping. Clawing at the arrow.
Just embrace it. The adrenaline, the excitement, the power. It makes you stronger.
I don't know if I want that. But if that's how I get through this...
She's gonna have to get used to it.
What's next?
It's not gonna be the only fighting we do along the road here. Although with the position that they have, they could hold back an army from here. I mean, all funneled into this narrow kill box with a high ground. You get a big line of archers on here, you can hold back a way superior force, as long as they don't get through the gate.
Glad you made it inside. Doubt we'll be safe here for long, though. There'll be more coming. Goblins hunt in packs.
You could hold off a horde of goblins from this position.
Maybe, but we're not fighters. If they broke through, it'd be a massacre. The sooner we leave for Baldur's Gate, the better.
How far are we from the city?
If the road was clear, a 10 days walk, maybe? But while the goblins are out there, it might as well be the other side of the world.
Yeah, they definitely don't seem like fighters. Very skittish.
Aradin's back with his tail between his legs. I'm glad for your help, but I'd hoped you were Halsin.
Who's Halsin?
The druid in charge of this grove. At least, he was. Guess if he didn't come back with Aradin, that might not be the case.
Well, that's the druid I imagine Zevlor was talking about, where he was asking where's the druid. Here's the one elf. What are they called? Not elf, sorry. Tiefling. There's the Tiefling's grave who got shot open in the gate.
One crisis
And had no cover. Things like that always... Like, imagine being the one in the old-time wars, the one holding the banner with no weapon. You just stand there in the firing line, holding the flag of your team. Which was considered a very high honor, but I must admit, it's one that I would hope I would never get. I'm not trying to stand there with a flag while I get shot at.
I'll give it a shot.
This grove is kept by Sylvanus' faithful.
Disintegrating journal. The brittle pages of this book have been rendered illegible with age, save for the occasional name written in crimson ink. A newer, sturdier page has been inserted behind the front cover. It reads, "Found in the riverside structure to the south, sheds no light on the purpose of that grim place, but confirms what we already know. It is very old. All else is speculation."
Refugees, adventurers, and even a drow. No one in years, and suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met. And thank you for beating back those goblins. Most brave of you. Is there anything you need? I lower my prices for fellow druids.
That's an interesting way to get a discount.
The ritual will be complete before too long.
Points for... I would like to point out too, actually, how often my origin story has already come up in the gameplay. We've had multiple interactions that have commented on the fact that we're a drow, and we've had plenty of options specific to druid. So already our character creation choices are playing a huge role in our playthrough, which is just glorious. Very well written. Are you really locking down the grove?
I know it's drastic, but more monsters seem to terrorize this region every day.
What about the people here?
We druids will be safe. As for those that took refuge here, well, may Sylvanus guard them as they continue their travels.
Seems a little hesitant about this. You just said the region's overrun by monsters. They won't survive by themselves.
As I said, it's a drastic measure. But the survival of the grove is paramount. There just aren't enough supplies to support everyone.
I'm looking for a healer.
I pray no goblin arrow has grazed you. Nettie could put you to rights. She should be with the others in the inner chambers. But I doubt she'll be taking on new patients. The grove will be locked down soon.
What are you selling?
Some bits and bobs I no longer need.
We'll definitely take a look at your bits and bobs. We have plenty of stuff that we gotta get rid of here, so... Let's start clearing out our inventory. We have so much junk to sell. Which is good though, because all of this is gonna pay our way towards respecs and all the fun stuff we're gonna do with that party. Which I'll probably get to next episode. For now though, I'm here to make money. Let's see, he still has 364 left. We're pushing up to 1,000 already. Get rid of the trash like the skulls and stuff. Yeah, there's one thing I'm good at in games like this. It's making a fortune. I'm so thorough with loot that I always end up amassing quite a collection. Being careful not to sell anything we might actually need. I'm spamming through this. Get the ruby gone. I'm gonna need hammers. Make sure I send all the food supplies back to camp too. See, this is just the dye mods. Pay no attention to that stuff. Some of my modded content being added to the stores. Caustic bulb, won't need that. Takes care of that for now. He has 165 left. Shadowheart, let's lighten your burden a little. Okay, he only has 9 gold left. They're worth 6. Alright, now that we got most of his money, let's see if he has anything we're interested in purchasing, because that'll help us sell more things to him later. Glove of Missile Snaring. You can intercept missiles from ranged weapon attacks, reducing their damage by 1d10 plus your dex modifier. Ring of Flinging, that's a thrown bonus. Heavy Armor. Gain +1 bonus to strength saving throws. Chain Shirt. Spell Thief. Rain Dancer. Surprisingly, I don't think he has anything we're actually interested in grabbing. Maybe you have some spells that we'd be interested in giving to Gale next time we have him around. Actually, there's a couple more merchants inside. We'll take the camp supply stuff, though. We'll definitely take the food off his hands. Finite number of camp supplies in the game, so you want to pick it when you see it. I like to just buy everything ever that has anything to do with camp supplies. Okay, he has 300 now, so we can get back to selling some of this stuff. I don't have any mods that are going to add any money to us, so we do want to be selling things as we get the chance. Save this purely because I don't know if it's better than what Lae'zel's currently rocking. I think that'll about square us away.
Sylvanas, guide your path.
You too. What do we have here with these?
Hells! We can't just leave. They're kin!
I'll not gamble our lives, our futures, on people who are as good as dead. We must leave for Baldur's Gate at once.
Has a lot of confidence in the people, doesn't he?
What's the point in blades and spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay! These people aren't fighters. We can help!
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
You're trying to play the neutral guy here. You should all stay. Single blade could make a difference. Thank God for guidance, eh?
Thank you. It's the right thing to do, and you know it.
She's right, Roland. We're better than this.
Zerg. Fine, I'll stay too. Lest you both end up with your throats slit by Goblin Blade.
Thank you, Roland.
Alright, and now we are into the Druids Grove proper.
This place is a bloody death trap, not a sanctuary. You should clear off while you can.
I'll take that under advisement.
Be gone. I am hungry.
Another one. What are you under there then? Ant? Aurochs?
Aurochs describes me well, yes.
Big and slow? The keepers of this place choose different forms. Better ones.
He's a little sassy, isn't he?
They become birds, to hunt on the wing. Bears to tear flesh with teeth. But for me, only oxen, only same old hay. And I cannot even eat it, because the horned ones hide their shiny bits inside.
That's an interesting little piece of information. Shiny bits. The Tieflings put something in your hay.
Hiding things. Thinking they're clever. Not clever. Sometimes I eat the shiny bits, and they have to go looking for them on the other end.
Well, you won't have to worry about eating shiny bits now, because I'll go ahead and liberate them from your haystack. 12 gold and an agate. Yoink. Yeah, I'll leave the leather in there. Maybe he'll have one of those snack later. Alright, now that we're in here proper, that does seem like a pretty good time to split the episode, and we'll get into this nice and deep next time. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, there is, as always, a tip link in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned, and I'll see you soon with more Baldur's Gate 3. Take care, everybody. Have a good day.